value-based constructs is almost an organizational transformation imperative if I were to think of ResultsCX and other peers, because the capabilities you're building in sales, in contracting, in finance, in risk management, in just the process of selling and engagement, the way you do your reviews, they all need to fundamentally be anchored around the notion of value. How at Results are you thinking about this entire framework and putting it all together?
The starting point is, what is the capital I can allocate to take the risk? So first is the capital allocation from internal that can go and subscribe. Now, there are several pools of capital. So there is a capital allocation that I can make because of the efficiencies that is driven by my COO's organization, which is P&L management, operating leverages, looking at paid hours to work hours, looking at the domain build-up, the understanding of the business, etc., etc. Then I have the CFO's organization, everything from currency, everything from hedging policies to procurement to every efficiency that I can drive, which then allows me to extract capital which otherwise is locked, which then brings it into a pool of, again, capital allocation. I do the same with human resources. How do I drop a couple of percentage points in attrition, which improves the time to competency? How do I retain people better, which then drives the performance? So again, that's domain, it breeds domain. So that again comes. So once I get this capital allocation, this pool of capital, then the 4 E's of the world, what we call. First is, we've been in this business for a long time. I mean, we are native to understanding of a process and a domain. Now we need to bring that into creating a utility, which is what we've done. So how do I embed my agenda with my clients? It's a function of consultative selling. This is not about showing up and saying that, I can do 50 seats in Lakeland, I can do 100 seats in Tegucigalpa, I can do 1,000 seats in Manila. This is about, what am I solving for you? How do I embed technology and digital? What are the problems I fix and ship, and what are the problems I ship and fix? And in that, how do I bring the whole construct of how do I solve for your budgetary pressures? Which first I need, it's the classical saying, I have to feed a hungry person before I talk philosophy, rather than talk philosophy for somebody who has missed a couple of meals before. So embedding the agenda and making sure that you're catering to the right audience is the first. And once that is done, we should damn well know what we want to deliver as outcomes, which is establishing that baseline, which is where the systems processes comes into place. 6 out of 10, a lot of things will go wrong. So then the question is, how do you evaluate the outcomes and make sure that you're able, using the risk capital and the capital allocation pool that has been created, how do you buttress the impact so that it doesn't sink your company, to make sure that you're able to then go back to the drawing board, re-engineer, so that the value-based conversation goes up. And the last E is, how do you endure the turbulence? Because if you're a public company, you're different. If you're a private company, but all of them have a certain level of accountability that is required. How do you manage that? So I think we live our lives through these 4 E's and capital allocation, and it's a cycle, but it's like a machine learning. It's an organizational learning for us, as we're getting more mature and how we are, dealing with these situations. And as I said, we can't be in every dance, but we have to pick and choose the dance that, we're good at and make an impact. And hopefully, it'll bear fruit. And that's a belief we have.